Hello everyone. I wanted to add this clip so that I could show you my bat system and what I use and how I use it, and just kind of talk about my trimming and so forth. I had uploaded a video. Let me adjust this a little bit. I'd uploaded a video regarding what I call the minute cut. And it's basically, let me bring this one to you over here. I've got a few that I'm going to trim. Let me show it to you right here. In the process, there's that piece of clay that needs to be trimmed out. You can see it's about 4 inches from here to here on the opening, and about 4.5 on the height. So about a pound of clay, pound and an eighth, give or take. Whoops. Depending upon how good your scale is. And so I'm going to show you what I do to trim this. And first of all, I wanted to talk to you about my bat system. When I first started, I consider my bat system to be old school. And when I say that, I don't think I've ever seen anyone at this time with this type of bat system. Now these days you can purchase plaster bats that have pinholes in them, and you can attach those to your aluminum head on the wheels and use that type of plaster bat. This particular plaster bat, I'm going to bring it over and show it to you, has a bevel. You see that right there? This whole edge right here, it's beveled. So you have basically a smaller ring underneath a wider ring, and it's made of plaster, and it was poured into an aluminum ring mold, kind of like the rings that they use in the circus, you know, when they throw up in the air, except they're aluminum, and these guys have this particular shape cut into them. The professor that I studied under, he's the one that introduced me to them. He used to use these. And one day he came out and he says, "Hey," he says, you need to put together your bat system so that you can start working in a productive mode if you're going to throw more than 10 pots." And so he let me use these rings, and I poured 125 of them, and I've had them for 20 years, and they have been just fantastic. They're really smooth. They have minor chips on a few of them. For the most part, I think I've lost 5 in the last 20 years. And due to maybe breakage or moving and so forth. But they've been really a great part of my throwing process. They're attached to a 3/4 inch wood ring that is cut from a sheet of plywood. And you know, most of these aluminum heads come with two pin attachments. I drilled 2 extra holes, so now I have 4 holes in the aluminum head, and then I attached this guy. And it's cut to fit the lower ring that's on the bottom of this bat, and it just drops into place, locks into place. Some people ask me, well, doesn't it slide around? Well, I may have maybe 2 or 3 that slip and slide a little bit, but for the most part, you can see it's pretty tight. And with the clay and how clay sucks itself down, that in itself is enough to hold it in place. So, and it gets to the point where I've got to scrape that clay out because it gunks up, and of course you want this to sit flat, so you got to do that. It absorbs water fantastically. I can throw this cup, and within a couple of hours I can pop that guy off, and I can hold it up just like this without any distortion at all. I know some potters like to dry their hands and then they pop it off and put it on a wear board, but in this case, I utilize this so that I can do that. I pop it off and I can actually handle it just like this with one hand, and I can do this and it won't distort because that water's been drawn from it a lot faster than it would have just sitting on a table being drawn out by the air and evaporation. And so at this point then it would go to a wear board. And so it's really good because it helps you speed up the process a little bit. Let me show you just real quick. I use your basic tools to trim, and one of the things that I wanted to talk about when I trim, you can wet this down just like you do any bat, and it will help it be a little sticky. Just do a tap to center. And I utilize a lid on the top. When I say old school, this is part of that old school I'm telling you about. I've got all these lids. They all sit inside of each other like this. I've got 3, 4, 5. I've got about 6 different sizes that I utilize. And I pick the lid according to the size of the base of the pot that I'm using. In this case, it will be one that will fit just inside the lip here. And I pretty much just center this on top. It doesn't even have to be centered, to be honest with you. Visually, it just looks better, it works better. Apply a little bit of pressure. And this is my pivot point, and so this is what gives me the support I need to trim this. I don't use any lugs. Lugs are good when I need to support something. But when I want to be quick about trimming one piece to the next, I pretty much just will do that. I'll pop that one off, and I'll grab the other one. This is excess clay that I tend to cut with the needle tool, and you'll see that in the short minute cup video. I pop this down. You can see it allows you to go pretty quickly. You know, your speed of your wheel is not going to throw this out of whack. The base of this cup is thrown to the correct thickness that it needs to be, so there's no trimming. Basically all I do is I'm compressing and I'm cleaning this up, and I'll let you see that a little closer. You can see how clean that is, and it's real smooth, and so it makes it really nice. Just one after another, and you can see how quickly, if I take this off, see, that takes care of X amount of clay that I don't need to trim off. So it's kind of just a part of the process to help speed it up. And one quick pass up and down, bevel my edge, and I come back in and I just do the smoothing of the foot, and also utilizing my fingers. So it's that fast, it really is. And so you can go through a lot of these mugs like this, a lot of these cup shapes. And so that's one of the benefits of having this process that I use. There's some grips that they use that twist on and off on the wheel heads, which are great. I learned to use this particular method, and it's worked really well for me. It takes some practice to get used to the balance and applying the pressure that you need so that you don't lose that pot as you're trimming and so forth. But in a nutshell, it's very productive. It gives you a quality product, and of course, you know, time is money, as they say. And in the clay business, you know, we have to make sure that we're as productive as we can, since we do everything, right? So if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message, and I will be more than happy to respond to that. You can look on my website. My website is phoenixclaycompany.com, and my videos are also uploaded there as well as on YouTube. And so, but send me a message on my YouTube if you want. Make a comment. I welcome anything you have to say, any thoughts you have. Stay tuned for a video that's upcoming regarding the test fire kiln that I did. I had some really good results come out of it, and I'm getting ready to upload that video so you can see what those results are. So until next time, let's get fired up with clay. All right, thank you.